Hi, Amber. Well, this is long overdue, but here we are. So, I've been thinking a lot about the work that we did for 3 months when I came to you asking for what's my next step. I had a podcast, I had coaching clients, I had ideas, I had sponsors, and everything was everywhere without genuinely not knowing what direction to go to. And today I can come back and say that I have sponsorship renewals, I have corporate wellness program in the pipeline, I have potentially coaching group program, a group coaching program in the works. Not potentially. I actually have a group coaching program in the works that I'm thinking about. And I think what's important is that for the first time in a long time, probably in the history of my career in my business, I know who I am and I know what I'm building. And I think what truly changed was the shift in my identity. Because in the beginning, I was calling myself like very doubtfully. I'm a coach who has a podcast. And I had built this podcast for almost a decade, but I was still treating it like a side project. And meanwhile, I was trying to also build my coaching roster. I was pitching corporate stuff. I was thinking about speaking. I was teaching workshops, building digital products, and I could not figure out why I was so scattered. And I kept asking myself, should I do this? Should I do that? Am I charging enough? Am I charging too much? And when you called it exploration mode instead of execution mode, I remember when you were like, well, the reason why things are not happening is because you are stuck in exploration mode instead of execution mode. And my ask to you was clarity. But I realized that need for clarity was a shield to avoid making the scary decisions I already knew I needed to make. And what you did that nobody has done is it wasn't truly. I had to think really deeply about this. I don't think it was about the strategy. I think it was you mirroring the truth you saw in me so I could give myself permission to see that had grown, that had grown up. And you told me in so many ways, Pam, you're not a coach with the podcast anymore. You have a full business, you have team members, and your work changes lives. And having someone that I care about, I love and respect so much that shows me through your own work what is possible, tell me that. I think fine, it clicked. I don't want to get emotional, but it clicked. And what it allowed me to do is to no longer be split into two identities because I was avoiding stepping into a bigger version of me because I didn't have a model for it. Even a model from a different person because I grew up with my model, her business fail, which was my mom, and because she didn't have the support. And so I needed to see that mirrored in a different way. And in a way, my loyalty was I didn't want to get too big or I don't want to be too presumptuous. And I don't want people to think that I was selling out. But what you helped me see was that my work is a way to serve my community, that I don't need to prove my authority. And it's not that I'm being presumptuous or that I'm selling out. It's simply that my passion for the people that I care about needs to come through in my work. And I deserve to be reciprocated. And so you reminded me in so many ways that my job is what's true, the importance of using my voice, the importance of releasing the outcome and trusting that I'll be okay either way. And every morning I remind myself I'm going to be okay. And if whatever happens, we'll figure it out. And when I finally stepped into my identity, well, I raised my prices. I didn't flinch when someone said my hourly rate was a ripoff. I sent renewal proposals. I pitched a program even when there was a lot of things happening. I was able to connect to my inner voice and ask myself, what do I need to do here? And so I'm able now to trust myself and to remove the anxiety that I carried for so long of not doing the right thing because you helped me trust myself, because you helped me understand that I know what I'm doing. And so when I face some uncertainty or when I'm not getting responses with the speed that I expect them to be, I remind myself that I'll be okay. I remind myself that my business owner energy, my new version of me that shows up, is patient and she trusts that the outcome will be the best outcome for me. And so the work that we did was way beyond strategy and tactics, and your work is incredible. Like, it helps me, and like, I still use it, of course. And I think the biggest transformation was that I was able to see that my challenge was being scared to commit to who I needed to become. Because what you taught me is that my confidence is not going to come from doing affirmations. It's going to come from taking aligned action, even when I'm terrified, even when I don't know if this is the right way to do it. It's simply taking action. You also showed me that my ADHD is not a liability, it's a superpower. And when I stop apologizing for it and I start designing my business around it and I start listening to that inner voice that aligned within me, beautiful things happen. And you proved to me that the market will value me. The market will value me when I value myself first. So thank you so, so much. Thank you. I don't want to get emotional. Thank you for seeing my potential. Thank you for saying yes to working with me. Thank you for calling out the patterns without making me feel broken. Thank you for holding the vision of what I once maybe said to you and reminding me of it when I lost track of it. And thank you for seeing me. And so what I can say is that I'm starting from a very different standpoint from where I was 3 months ago when we started working. And that's because you showed up fully and you showed me and mirrored to me what is possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So, so much gratitude, so much love to you. I can't wait to continue working with you in whatever capacity we're able to, and sending you all my best.